I'm Charles Tushabeomwe Kazooba, and I've been in this university for the last 32 years. I joined the university specifically on 10th December 1990 as the pioneer university Bursar. At that time, when I joined, this was we can call it was a small institution in terms of numbers, in terms of the staff. And we had a lot to do in terms of establishing the university or starting the university at that time. With that period, there is a lot of achievement which we did. And as you know, starting an institution or starting something is not very simple. But when you are determined, when you are a great hustler, and in particular, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Frederick Kayanja, who was the pioneer University Vice Chancellor. He was a very hard-working person, and he guided the entire staff who were working in the university to ensure that we start the university and grow the university for the future. So during that time, in terms of achievement, we are able to establish the systems of the university, to put in place good systems of the university, systems to do with academic management of the university, systems to do with the administration of the university, systems to do with the financial management of the university. And we achieved that as far as the university was concerned. So another aspect which we had to put and to strategically was to ensure that we grow the numbers of the students. We also introduce other programs of the university rather than having one degree program, which was MBCHB. So in the process, along the way, we had to grow the student numbers. We also had to grow the programs of the university. But again, you cannot grow the programs and the student numbers without growing the infrastructure. In the initial phases of the university, that was in 1994, we had to put up faculty of medicine, building. We constructed the students' hostel, now the female students' hostel, and later on we constructed the male students' hostel. And the capacity at that time was around 412 students, which we had to grow. But since we are growing the institution, so we had to see how best can we expand the land for the institution. So we had to acquire land at Chumro campus. This is the current main campus of the university. And at that time, we had to procure land totaling 456 acres. And currently, that's where now the current administration and the faculty of applied science and technology, where they are situated. So I could see, because we are forward-looking, now we had to say that, okay, in the future, Mbara University of Science and Technology is supposed to grow. So we had to start that campus. And in the near future, we are supposed to have there other faculties, and the most likely faculty that is going there next is Faculty of Computing and Informatics, and other faculties are supposed to be there. We also have the student accommodation facilities at Chumro campus. Now, from that time, when I was the pioneer university Bursar, later on I became the lecturer, and now currently I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of finance and administration. We have continued growing the university according to the roadmap which we came up with. Now the university has expanded. The number of programs have expanded, of course with challenges, but I can say the university now is able to conduct various programs within the institution, and the number of staff have also increased from the initial 7 staff now to the current staffing of 534, with various programs which we have in the university. And we recently came up with the strategic plan for the university, 5-year strategic plan, So we have planned now to continue expanding the university in terms of infrastructure development. And along the way, one of the facilities that we are planning, once we finish Faculty of Computing and Informatics, which is now in the second phase of its completion, and we should be in a position to start using it in January 2023. But we also had to establish other centers of teaching, like Bindi Institute of Forest and Conservation, now which is there for purposes of research. We have got the Business Incubation Center at Buhoma, which can also be used for students, even used for research. Now, even in terms of the categories of staff, we now have many, when I say many staff, I mean staff who have got additional qualification, who have got professors, who have got associate professors and senior lecturers. In other words, when you look back from the initial phases of the university and where we are, at least now I can proudly say that we have got a functional institution, irrespective of the challenges which we face as an institution, but we have got a strong university. And when you try to look at the assessment of the university and even what the former students of the university and even the consumers of the products of the university are saying, but the University of Science and Technology is a great institution, even in terms of the products, in terms of even when our students go to the communities, when they are doing their work. So, Mbara University of Science and Technology, with what we have included in the 5-year strategic plan, then we have got a strategy of continuously growing the university so that it remains a strong university. Yeah, we need to appreciate first the government, because it's a public university and the government in the initial phases was giving almost 100%. But of course, we had our partners like the Cuban government and other partners who were supporting the university in terms of staffing, in terms of supervising the students, in terms of funding. So we need to appreciate the partners, but starting with the government of the Republic of Uganda and even other partners. But the partners now, with the growth of the institutions, and now currently in 2022, the number of partners have grown, and even the number of finances which we get from the various partners have grown. But even at the national level, we have got different organizations, main organizations, which are supporting the university to continuously offer programs which are relevant to the job market. I would like to thank everybody who has been behind the establishment of the university, who have been behind the management of the university, and the current staff, the current students, and I wish all of them happy 33rd anniversary. Succeed, we must.